Hi, I'm Greg, and in this video I'm showing you what to look for when buying old wooden molding planes. And that just depends on, like a brand new one like this, not brand new, but great condition like that, or one that's in slightly less great condition like these, and what to look for, and if they're still, able to be restored and used, and things that you should stay away from, and things that, are good. So yeah, I'll show you some examples of that. Okay, so here I'm going to show you what to look for in molding planes when you're buying them. Now this, I know it's not really a molding plane, it's a tonguing plane, but it's a good example for me. So over here I have the bad cases of planes that need work or really can't go back into service type planes. And over here I have perfectly good condition ones that barely need any work to get them going. So I'm going to start what the good things are is, really nice. You can still, like, if they're still bright, nice orange color, you can still see the wood, even though most of the time it's just dirt if you can't. But yeah, you can still see the maker's mark, other marks on it, complete boxing, complete with blade and wedge, and make sure the wedge fits and check to make sure it fits, because if it doesn't fit then you have to make a new wedge, and make sure the blade matches the profile on the sole. Check for checking or cracking, and this one has a very slight crack in the front, but it doesn't affect the performance at all, so it's a good plane. And then actually we'll keep that over here. And then this one is basically unused, didn't even see sunlight, brand new, just a beautiful plane, and maker's mark still really clearly visible. I need to show you the blade on this one, so I'll take it apart, and you just do that, give it a shot, and that's not working, so I'm going to try the other way. There we go. So as you can see here, the wedge is in perfect condition, pretty much bare wood still left on it. Over here, I haven't done any work to this iron. Basically looks brand new. I don't even know if anybody used this plane. It's crazy how nice it is. Freshly forged, freshly ground, just an amazing, plane. And as you can see, the mouth is really clean. The sole profile is really clean. Just a really all-around nice plane, and this is what you want to be looking for. Now, getting into the bad cases, which is sort of what you really don't want to look for. I'm just going to set these off the camera just to get now this one, really dry, like dry rot, chips falling out of it, misshapen blade. Let me see here if I can knock this one apart. Like when you try to loosen up the wedge, it deforms the back of the plane. That's not a good sign either. The wedge is rough to pull out. That's not the greatest. The blade, heavily pitted, warped tang on the blade, stuff like that. Not really nice to deal with. But yeah, this is so heavily pitted, it leaves tracks all over the place, and just all around, sort of past usability. I mean, you probably could get this working, but I don't know how long it would last, and I'd rather just leave it as it is and tell the story, and it's a nice little showpiece. Moving on, the classic scenario: wedge but no blade. What good is that? And a lot of times, which I find is funny, you'll find the wedge in like that, or you will find, I'll show it on another one, but yeah, just really funny. That doesn't matter, but this plane's in great condition, other than the fact that there's no blade. And you know where that leaves you? A chunk of wood that looks cool. That's not good. And then here, in this case, busted up boxing, you know, this plane's in amazing shape, but the boxing is all busted up, it's loose, it's falling out, it's slipping back. You know, the loose boxing part isn't bad because you can glue it back in. The bad part is the chipped and all messed up boxing, and you probably want to avoid that. Like this plane I might have paid 10 bucks for, and that's what this is worth. And you know, don't go spending 40 bucks on a plane that's not usable. So getting back to the part where, just a sort of a funny thing, is often you will find planes with them arranged. I don't even know how they do it, but like, you know, a plane with, okay, well, that iron's really hard to put in there, but you'll often find planes that are like that, with the wedge backwards and the blade on the wrong side, and just completely messed up. That's not a big deal. Just take it out, take it all apart, put it in the way it's supposed to go. This one only comes in from the bottom. Put it in the way it's supposed to go, and you just make sure everything fits, snugs up nice, and matches the profile. And if that's the case, even with some chip boxing, still a decent plane, but keep this in your mind that this probably won't work right off the bat. It'll need a lot of work. And if you're inexperienced, that's not good. As I was when I bought that plane. And then in this case, get the plane, and it's like that. You know, if you're spending 40 bucks on a plane without a wedge, you're getting ripped off. Plain and simple. But if you're only spending 10 bucks like I did on this one, no big deal. You just make a wedge. And you know, actually this plane was in such great condition, I probably would have paid, you know, no more than 20 on it without the wedge. But it took me no time to make the wedge. It's good practice, considering I want to make my own planes someday. So, yep. And other than that, this one's in great condition. So basically, to recap, well, never mind. So to recap this video, just stay away from planes that are overly cracked, missing blades, missing wedges, rotten, or the blade is severely rusted. Now, if the blade is slightly rusted and it's missing a wedge, that's not a big deal. Just don't pay a lot for the plane. And just explain to the seller that, you know, it's only worth this much because of the conditions it's in. And hopefully they'll say, oh, I didn't know that, and agree to your price. You just got to be smart about how you buy things. Like, and then sometimes you come across sellers who, this plane that's probably worth, you know, upwards of $40, and they sell it for 10 bucks just because they don't know what the value is in it. But then you'll get some people who have a plane like this that's in really rough shape, and they'll try to get 60 bucks out of it because it's an antique. So you just got to pick your battles and buy the ones that are, you know, worth your money and can easily go back to service. But then again, if you're just buying it for a showpiece, plane like that. But a nicer showpiece would be a really nice looking one. So there you go. Thinking about tipping over. That's the problem with molding planes. You never stand up straight. So there. In recap, just, you know your price point. Know the condition of the plane. You know, don't be afraid to haggle, because most of the times people will come down in the price a bit. And if they don't haggle with you and it's not in the best of condition, the best thing is to just leave it and you'll find a better plane elsewhere. That's what happened with me. At the beginning, I bought any plane that came on Kijiji, which is, you know, Canadian version of Craigslist. And, you know, I have some really bad ones, some more I didn't even put out because they're completely missing chunks. And I wasted some money because some of them were in such bad condition. But some of these are in great condition, and I paid $10 for them. So you win, you lose some. And yeah, so I hope this helps, and please comment, rate, and subscribe, and share this with anybody you know that enjoys woodworking. Thank you.